Good evening, YPC. Welcome to the Week 10 wrap up. We've got another high score. Took out of the took. He was there for one week, and now he's gone out of the second highest score of the season, which would go to Denny at 206.5. Congratulations, Denny. 206.5. Your top scorer was Breeze with 55.6, and you beat Nick by 100.1 points. So, congratulations on the win. The thing here was Stills is what tripped me out, 25 points. And Stills is one of those people that is all or nothing. So, that's the only thing that I see here. I mean, you put up points everywhere. So, your tight end was 3.8. You would have actually beat the high score if you would have went with the Rams D. Who knows? I mean, that's coulda, shoulda, woulda. But I mean, you scored 206 points. You get $50 minimum unless someone beats you next week. So for Nick, dude, James going out, that's tough because he looked great. He looked really good, and he's gone. So that's just. And then Romo and Dez didn't really produce against the Saints, so that's tough, man. But that moves Denny in the thick of things at 5-5. Moves Nicky to 4-6. So that's a big win for Dennis there in division, and that's a tough loss for Nicky. But congrats, Denny, on the win. 206.5 points. It's a second highest points scored this season. So congratulations on the high score of the week. The next one we're gonna go to is gonna be me and Took, and fantasy gods are with me. I wouldn't have beat anybody else this whole week except for Took at 93 points. Took scores. I think it was last week you scored 200 points. This week you scored 93 points. So I just I just thank God I played you Took, because even Uncle Benji would have beat me this week. Uncle Ben would have got the win against me. So really nothing exciting here. I mean, 100 points, 93 points. I got the win. Keeps me knocked Took out of sole position of first place. So now it is Ruben at the number 1 spot, me at the number 2, and Took at the number 3. And so looking at the standings, there's really not much going to change with the top 3 seeds. It'll be one of us 3, and one of us 3 will be winning $300 for the best record in the league. So we'll see what happens. In the last week, it's going to be number 1 versus number 2, so it'll probably be me and Ruben playing against each other for the last week. So that's pretty much going to decide it. That'll be interesting because the points force is gonna Took won't win because the points force, so it'll be either me or Ruben probably if we don't lose. We'll have to win this week, and then it'll be the showdown next week. So, anyways, let's move on to the next game, which I have is gonna be 1-9 Ain't So Divine E Street Raiders. That's what I got. That's your new nickname, Uncle Benj. 1-9 Ain't So Divine. Not so divine. So, anyways. You're at the point right now where if you lose it all again, you're done. You owe the $50. But you need to win 2, and Rudy needs to lose 2. The chances of that happening, it could happen, but not very likely. But it could happen. I've seen stranger things. That would be pretty wild. But then it would be a tie, and then Rudy would then you would probably win by points force unless Rudy scores us some serious points. So. Busta blew you up. He had 180 points. He leads now with 1,552.5. 1,552 points and 1,552.5 points. He averages 155.25 points every week. So very impressive. Busta, that's 2 years in a row. You may have the highest points force in the league. So you got the win. D. Thomas, 38.8 points. He had a huge game. And I'm trying to see what you have with anything notable over here. Your kicker was 4 points. Uncle Ben, -2 from your defense. That's just shitty. But and you had Julius Thomas with 20. So he had that huge touchdown down the sideline, which that could have threw you in the mix with because that would have been 1.2 points from your. So you would have 26 more points. That would have put you possibly beating Denny. So, anyways, bottom line is you got the win. Put you at 5-5. Puts Uncle Ben at 1-9 ain't so divine. So sorry about that. Looks like not yet, not till next week. So we won't seal anything up. The next game was Lions Den having a huge win versus South Bay Longies. Division game, making them even at 6-6. Excuse me, 6-4. But Uncle Rubes has the benefit because of the points forced. So Foles again comes through, and the Eagles are still not naming Foles the starter. He comes in, and they're still talking about Vic being the starter. So that could pose a problem if you're going to be going down. If you when you make it into the playoffs, if Foles not starting, that's going to be rough because you're used to those points. I was going to say that money, but those points. So then you might have to go with Brady, and who knows what's going on with that guy. But 152 points, great outing. 139 points is not too shabby either from Theo Rubes, but that's just the way it goes. So big production from Foles. Pierre Thomas had a monster game, and then Calvin Johnson, he's a beast. So, and your Seahawks defense did pretty well too. So congratulations on the win, putting you both at 6-4. The next one we're gonna do is gonna be Rubes and Jimmy. Jimmy Keenum. That's all I gotta say. That's pretty much, it's a close game here. Keenum. That's all I gotta say. On the bench, Keenum. And that kid's pretty impressive. I mean, I have him in one of my other leagues because I have a shitty team and I had to scrap him and get him. But this is a big game right here because it could have made you guys closer, but now it separates us. So it puts us three, me, Ruben, and Tookie, pretty much in the playoffs now. We're guaranteed a spot, and putting a separation there was nice for you, Rube. So congratulations on the win. Peyton Manning's a beast, 50 points. Sproles, Donald Brown surprisingly has a nice game. And Torrey Smith, 15.6, which is, this guy, I don't know what he's been putting up on a regular, but, last two games, double digits. So, looks like one of those things you just got to ride that dude out. So, 7-3 for Rubes and 5-5 for Jimmy. But yeah, Keenum was a thing here. If you would have played Keenum, you would have got the win. So that's the only reason why I would keep on saying that. So, congratulations to Rubes. Nice job. Next game is going to be Dirty and Sheep. Rude gets the win. Another close game here. A lot of close games this week. But they both would have beat, like I said, me or Took. But we just got luck of the draw. Same here with Rude. I don't think Rudy would have been able to beat anybody else besides Sheepy, well, other than me and Tookie. But, all these other guys are just putting up some serious points. So, congratulations to Rude on the win. That helps you out a lot to not have to pay the $50. So that's good for you. 32 points from Riley Cooper. That guy's been blowing up with Foles. Him and Foles have been having a nice connection. And it was nice for you to have Tannehill. That's what pretty much put you over the edge because you had Tannehill on Monday night. So, nice. For Sheep, man, the only shitty thing for this is that, Forte's been putting up serious points all season long. And then he doesn't put any points. This is his worst game of the season. If he would have put up any points, like his average, I think he's scoring right around 15 to 20 every game. So if he does a regular game, you would have won. And it's against Detroit, and they're not known for having that good of a defense. You got Baltimore and St. Louis coming up before the playoffs start. So hopefully you get some more point production from that dude. Let me touch bases on the points forced. That kind of wraps it up for this week. The points forced, as far as standings go, B's in the lead of Jimmy by about 67-ish points or so. So he's got a substantial lead. I mean, it still can happen if B has a bad game, Jimmy has a really good game. And then Theo Rubes is right there too. So there's 65 points separating, 65, 67-ish between B and Jimmy. The other thing that's a trip is that I was looking at is that Took has 1267 points forced. Uncle Ben has 1203. So there's 65 points there. There's 65 points between Took and Uncle Ben, and Tookie has 6 more wins. That just blows me away. And the other thing here too, Uncle Ben, you lost 7 in a row. So there's 4 weeks in a month. So this is almost 2 months that you've lost. And I've lost 6 in a row. And I think Jay had 7. I think the record might be 8. Because I think 7 has been done by some people. I've done it for 6 weeks. me personally, and it was a dark, dark 6 weeks. So, we're all pulling for you to get a win. We don't want you to go 8 weeks. 8 weeks is 2 months, and we go 12 weeks total for the regular season. So that's you know over half of the season that you've been losing, and that's just shitty. So, um, Theo Rubes, I'd like you to make sure that Uncle Ben is all right. Give him a call this week. Make sure that everything's going okay with him. Make sure we don't have to put him on any watch because it's been a long spell for him, 7 weeks in a row. That's just tough. So let me see who's going on with the scoreboard this week. Who we're playing? I know I play Sheepy. Well, this is the last week of everyone playing everyone, and then next week we're gonna do 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, and 5 versus 6 in each standing. So it'll probably be Tookie versus either South Bay or Lions Den, and then Suck My Dicka versus this is all hypothetical, so I ain't even gonna get into all this. I'll find out by next week. We'll know for sure. But on the other side, I mean, it could be Dirty versus either Dream Weavers or the Legend or South Bay Jenks. So me, Tookie, and Rubes have clinched the spot, and it'll be one of us, probably with the 1, 2, and 3 seeds. So that kind of wraps it up. I have nothing more really to say. There's a Colts and Titans on Thursday night. Trade deadline is tomorrow. If you need me to push it through, text me and I'll put it through. So just to make sure that it meets the deadline. Other than that, you guys, good luck. Got any questions or any concerns, throw them on the board, and I'll have it probably Tuesday before the wrap up. You'll have the schedule as far as who we're going to be playing on that Thursday. Well, starting Thursday night. So it'll be 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 5 versus 6 in the NFC, and the same thing in the AFC. So that'll mix things up and kind of mix a little bit of a scramble and kind of solidify things for the playoffs. In the playoffs, we're going to take the top 4 from each division, as we always have, and then we seed them the top 8 overall. So you could hypothetically have 1, 2, and 3 seeds, or even 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds from one division, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 from another division. Usually it's like 1 or 2 from one division, and it splits it up. So going to be interesting. You guys get your lineups in and get your trades in if you need to do anything. Good luck this week, gentlemen. Peace.